Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my Lapbook tutorial. Today I have another fun interactive page for you, so let's get right to it. So last time we worked on this side of the Lapbook, and I am actually going to add a couple of magnets, so I'm just gonna place one over here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and place the next one up there. Okay, so now I'm just simply going to close that, and that way this is not going to be moving out of place. Okay, so now we are going to work on this side, and for that I have a really fun interactive feature. So we are going to be using our circle nesting dies again. So the ones I'm using are from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I'm just going to cut my cardstock. So let me put that on the side, and let me cut some pieces of 6 by 6. Okay, so from one page we are going to get 4 pieces, and let me do this one as well. And then I'm going to cut a second piece, and this one I'm just going to cut it at 6 inches, and we are going to have 2 long pieces like so. So now I am going to grab this piece that measures 6 by 12, and I am going to score at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches. So I'm basically going to do 1 inch all the way until we get to the end. So I'm going to continue at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then I will do the same with this piece here. Again, we're going to do all the way until the end. And I'm actually going to need one more piece of 6 by 6. So I'm just cutting one more here. So you need 5 pieces of the 6 by 6. So now I'm going to grab a design page, and I'm going to cut these at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And we're just gonna need probably 2 pieces of that. Okay, so 2 of those. And I'm just going to simply glue one on one of the pages. Okay, so we won't need one for each, and you'll see why in a minute. So let me just glue this whole thing down here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this one as well. Okay, so just like so. Okay, so I have 2 that are covered, and then we have 3 that we're not going to cover. So this one here, I'm just simply going to mark an X on the center, because I want to know where my center is for this piece. It's probably somewhere around here. Okay, and then where that X is, I am going to use my circle dies, and I'm going to start with the smallest one. So I'm just gonna place it right on the center of my X. I don't know if you can see my X right there. And I'm just gonna secure these with some washi tape and run it through my die cutter. We have a little peek hole on the center. So now I'm gonna grab the next size over, and you can either draw your X again, which I probably do, and I'm just gonna pick a circle that is going to be bigger than my peek hole. So I'm just gonna go 2 sizes up, because I don't want this one to be too small. And I'm just gonna place it on the center. Now again, we can go ahead and do an X, or you can eyeball it. And so I think I'm just gonna do a bigger X here. just to show you. Right there. So, and then I'm just gonna place it right over there, and again I'm going to secure these with my washi tape, and I'm gonna run that to my die cutter, and I'm gonna do the same with the next one. And I'm again going to skip 2, so, and I'm picking a larger one, and then I'm simply gonna use the last biggest one into this one here. And so yeah, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my 3 different circle cutouts on the black, and then I have the one that's gonna go on the top, and this one will go on the bottom. And now we're going to move to these 2 pieces. So now I am going to fold along the score lines, just like accordion style, like this. And then I'm gonna do out, and again, so each one goes on a different direction. So you go that, then you go flat, and then you go here again and back, and so on. And then we're gonna do the same with the other one as well, and you're gonna end up with a piece like that. Now we're gonna grab the piece that is fully covered, which is going to be our bottom piece, and I am going to add glue on the first piece of my accordion. And as you can see, I'm adding the glue on the top, and this one's gonna go right on top of that. And then I'm going to do the same on this other side. I'm gonna add the glue here, and I'm going to place this right on top, just like that. And that's how we're gonna start building our accordion little peek hole page. I think it's gonna be super fun. So to add the next page, I'm going to use some regular weight cardstock, and I'm just gonna cut pieces of 6 inches by 1 inch. So I'm gonna need probably I think 6 pieces. So I'm just gonna cut 6 of these, and I'm going to score these ones right in half. Do the same to all of them, and then we're gonna fold them along the score line. Just do the same to all of these. And now I am going to go back to my circles here, and I'm gonna start with the smallest one. So I am gonna grab one of these pieces. These are gonna be my connector pieces, like I like to call them. And I'm just gonna add glue to one of the sides and place it on one of the sides, just like that. Okay, and then we are going to do one on the other side, just like this. And make sure it's right against the edge, just like that. And if you have any extras, you can go ahead and trim that, of course, just like that. Okay, and now to the fun part. I'm gonna bring this over, and I'm gonna add these onto the next one. So let me put it sideways so you can see where we're gonna put it. So this is the next V, or it's like an upside down V, and we are going to add this piece here. Okay, so see how this one is basically going to come out from this middle angle here. I hope that my lighting is not too bad. So I'm just gonna lay it flat again, and I'm gonna add glue and place it right here. Okay, just like that. You can lay it flat and just place it tight, and make sure this is nice and flat as well. Then we're gonna grab the next piece over, which is this one, and add the connector pieces again. So then I'm going to add this one on the next V here. So basically you're gonna skip 2 score lines and then you add it right here. And the next one will do the same. I already put my connector pieces, and I am now just going to add this one on the next one over. So you want to lay it flat to make sure that you glue it properly. You want to also make sure that the corners are exactly lined up with that score line. And here we go. And now we're gonna connect it on the other side. And basically we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna start on the bottom. Oh, my glue is going everywhere right now, but anyway. So we are going to just place this one here. And again, you can try to lay it flat. Make sure you have it exactly, you know, on the same one that you do the other one. For example, this is how this one looks like. And then this is this one here. I'm gonna add the glue. And again, I'm gonna skip 2 and go on this one here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pinch this so I can make sure it glues good. And then we're gonna do the next one. And place it on the next V. And again, make sure it's in all the way, and we press it all the way. So this is how it's looking already from the top. And then the next ones, here we go. I'm just making sure it is even. And then the last one, I'm just gonna glue on top. And notice that for this one, we're gonna skip more, and I'm actually doing that on purpose, okay? Because the hole on the top is more like a peep hole. And I'm just gonna add the glue. Place this down. And then we are going to do that here as well. And place this down. Okay, not cool. And then the next thing we're gonna do is push everything down. So we're gonna fold all these accordion style again, just like that. And we're gonna push it down, make sure that it is nice and flat. Okay, and this is definitely going to need a closure, but then when we open it, and it will be really hard to see because it's so dark, but you kind of have a 3D effect going on the inside. We're going to dress up using some of the elements from this page. So I'm going to go ahead and fuzzy cut out some of these. Okay, so I have all my elements cut out, and I figure I'm gonna use 3 main characters, and then I'm gonna use this one, but this one's gonna be on the closure for the top, so we're gonna put that one aside. I also have the bunny and just some smaller elements to decorate the pages. So now the way we're gonna decorate is it's probably gonna be hard for me to show you how I'm going to do because it looks so dark on the inside, but I can show you on the side how I'm gonna place these. So I am going to start with the what is this called, the acrobat, and I'm gonna place it on one of the sides inside the circle. So when you look at it from the top, you can see her, but she's not covering, you know, the whole view. So I also went ahead and ink all of the elements, the bigger ones, not the little ones. So I'm just gonna add glue here on the side and place her just like that, and make sure she's not sticking out. So we're just gonna do one side, then I'm gonna grab her and put her on the other side. Actually, this one I'm going to kind of, because she's long, So I'm gonna go on the next level down, and let's see if I can show you here. Put her kind of in the middle a little bit. I want to say middle left. So I'm just gonna put a little glue on the bottom and place her down here. And then her leg is long enough to connect to the other side. So I'm gonna glue the bottom of her feet. Ooh, this is gonna be hard to show. I should have put the glue first. But anyway, so I'm gonna put the glue right there. And now I'm gonna connect her to the other side of the circle. And for that, you're gonna have to lay this flat for a second, just so you can put pressure on that. Okay, so then I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna put him kind of middle left, middle right on the last one. So just make sure they're not covering each other. You can put them anywhere actually. So I'm actually gonna glue both sides, because last time it was a little difficult to put glue on the feet. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next level down and just put him kind of floating almost at the center. Okay, make sure I can see all three of them. I'm just gonna press this down flat, so make sure everything is glued. Nice. Okay, so let me show you here how that looks from the side. I think it's a little bit easier to see like that. And then I'm just gonna place the smaller elements. So I think the bunny, the rabbit, and the hat could be like all the way at the end, like a surprise. So I'm gonna place this little guy on the last one. Make sure he fits in my circle too, just like that. And I'm gonna try to give you like a look closer on there. Hopefully we can see. And then I'm just gonna place these little banner pieces and decorate all throughout like this, for example, on each one of the layers. Okay, so now let's take a look and see if we can look at the inside. It looks kind of cool. I know it's a little dark because of my lighting and it getting some weird shadows, but it has a lot of dimensions, so I think it looks pretty cool. And on a second thought, you can probably actually dress up your layers before you glue them, so it's easier to do. So maybe that's something to remember. Okay, so now let's do the closure. So now I'm gonna grab a scrap piece of paper and I'm going to cut these at 4 by 6. Okay, so we are going to need 2 pieces of that, and I'm going to score. We're going to do 1 inch. Let me move this to the side for now. We will do, let's do 1 inch, and then 3/4 inches after that. So 1 inch and 1 3/4. And we will do the same for this next one, 1 inch and 1 3/4. And we're just gonna create like a belt to keep our, I don't know what to call this, slungy. It looks like a slingy. What's that called? Slingy, slungy. Anyway, slinky, you know. Kind of looks like that. So I am going to just fold here along these score lines, and we're gonna create, like I said, 2 belts to wrap around. And something to remember, when we place the belts, don't place them on this side, place them on this side. It will hold your box better. So like this. Okay, so you want to put it on the accordion side, and I'm just gonna put glue. I'm gonna turn this around. There we go. So I'm gonna put glue here, and place this right in there. Okay, make sure your score line, it's clear and we can bend it around. There we go. And we're gonna do the same on the opposite sides. Okay, and then we are going to just simply place that on the opposite side. Make sure they're even. Okay, so let me turn this around and close them and make sure they are on top of each other. Let's see here. I think they are. I think they're not. So I'm gonna move this one over just a tiny bit. Actually, let me close this first and make sure they're okay. So it will be right there. Okay, I think that should be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to add magnets to keep that closed. And I'm just going to grab these ones out. So I'm going to place one magnet down here. Let me peel this out. Let's see here. I'm just gonna put it right there. And then we're going to do the other one. Take off that tape. And I'm just simply going to make sure this is perpendicular. And here we go. Okay, so these little pieces here measure 4 by 3 3/4. So I'm just gonna cover that up. And you want to cover both sides, but I'm just going to do one here for now. And I'm gonna open that up and cover this one as well. And just place these right on here. Okay, so I'm gonna close this again, and I'm going to decorate this page using decor here. So I'm just gonna glue along the top. And I'm gonna keep this really flat because this has already so much dimension. So I'm gonna put the girl right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I got this little sign from the same sheet. I'm just gonna ink it. So now I'm gonna place this here. And this is like the greatest show right up there. And then you open it and then you see the whole show. So now I'm going to bring my book back and I'm gonna cut another piece of cardstock. Now this one is the heavyweight and I am going to do 9 3/4 by 9 1/4. And I am going to score 1/2 inch. Okay, so we're gonna do 1/2 inch along the 9 3/4. So I'm just gonna go a couple times here. Then I'm going to fold along the line and I'm going to add some double-sided tape in there. And we are gonna place this piece along the top. Okay, so we're gonna just remove the tape on one of the corners here and let's make sure that it's nice and straight. Okay, just like this. And then we're gonna take off this tape. Okay, so then I'm going to use, let's see, this design to cover the back here, and this is going to get cut at 9 by 9. And of course I'm gonna ink all around paper, and then I'm just going to add it into the page. Okay, so I'm just gonna place it right in here, just like that. And then we're gonna cover the back as well. So to save some paper, I'm going to just use a craft color cardstock And since we're going to be adding pictures here, then that's okay. I'm just gonna place it on the top, and then I am gonna use one of the design little pieces that I have here as a scrap, and I'm just gonna add it on the bottom. Let me ink everything around first. Okay, and then I'm gonna make this into a pocket, so I'm gonna just add some glue on the sides, like all over the bottom and both sides. And I'm just going to place it right down here. So here we have an area for a large picture, and then we also have a pocket, and for that pocket I plan on cutting these 4x6 cards and just adding them there. So I have these 3 pieces, and this will go right into my pocket there. Now here I am going to add my big box. So over here I'm not going to cover it with paper yet. I might use the design, or I might just do the craft color cardstock, so that depends on how much paper I have left. I did do the back here because once we add this piece, it's going to be hard to get that page all set up. So I'm just going to put it on the middle. I'm going to add glue all around. Make sure you add a lot of glue, since this is an interactive piece. It's going to constantly be pulled up. Okay, and then we can go ahead and just place it on the center. So let me open this up so I can press this all the way down. That is the page for today. I hope that you guys like the way the album is coming along, and I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to visit JS Hobbies and Crafts on the description box down below. Also, all the links to my social media will be on the description box below as well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.